And welcome back to Emerson Southern Forged. This is bourbon and tobacco pairing video number 1. So let me give you some of the ground rules for it and what my thought process is, and then please comment. If you want to argue with me, gosh, I would love that. If you want to make suggestions, please do so. But here are the ground rules for this. I've been watching a mountain of bourbon videos, and there's a guy named Bruzel. Bruzel is the channel, Brewzle, and his name is TJ, and does what they call bourbon hunts, where he just drives around. He's trying to hit all 50 states. He's coming out with his own line of product at some point, and he just goes and finds regional stuff and interesting bourbons, and he's kind of a funny guy. He's from Alabama, and I like him, and he's very down to earth. And there are some other channels that I watch, but Bruzel is probably the one that I jumped out. And what slightly bothers me about his videos, and what kind of irks me a little bit, is I find it very difficult to spend $150 or $200 or $250 on a bottle of bourbon. That's really my struggle. And here's why. It's not that it's probably not great bourbon. It's probably not that it's not great whiskey. It's just that if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm never going to meet the distillers. I'm never going to talk to them. I'm never going to have a relationship with them. If I'm going to spend $150 or $200 or $250, I'm going to spend money getting a custom handmade pipe from some of the great guys out there making pipes today. And I will talk about the pipes that I smoked, these test batches out of. And if I think about it, I'll put pipes in front of me for this particular video. I didn't, but I'll show them off on the next video. Rich from EP Pipes and Tim from Papa Bear Pipes, my partner on the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast, each made me a pipe so that when I could come back to having pipes, which was yesterday, by the way, that I could start, that I would have 2 pipes to smoke out. I'm allowed to have a bowl or 2 a day. And I'm going to make those bowls count. And what I want to do is I want to pair it with bourbons. Here's the rules for the bourbon. It has to be under $55 a bottle. So if I find it at Total Wine and it's under $55, and remember, I'm in the South. So in Florida, there is a liquor tax. It's different. I was in Texas, and everything in Texas this last week was $4 a bottle cheaper than it is here in Florida. So if you can find it where it's under 55, but it's a little bit more expensive for me here in Florida, great. Make a suggestion. I will certainly take a look at it. Like I said, I have 49 picked out already, and I will put the list of bourbons in the description of the video so that you all can take a look to see what's coming next. And I'm going to pair it with a couple of tobaccos. My original idea was just pair it with 1, but I wanted to pair it with 3. There's a variety of tastes out there in the world. Some people don't like English blends. Some people don't like Burley blends. But I wanted to pick things that would pair well, so that you can make your own decision. And again, please comment. I would love to talk with you about it. If you haven't connected with me on Instagram or Facebook, I'm at Emerson Southern Forge on LinkedIn, and Emerson Southern on Facebook. Please join me, have a conversation with me. I am going to be traveling like a fiend, which I posted in my last video, where I'm going to be out on the road. So if I don't answer you right away, don't take great offense to it. It's just that now I have to work for a living. So that's how I can afford to get bourbons when I want them. While I was in Texas, I was in Houston last week. I did pick up a bottle of Still Austin, the Musician. Still Austin is the distillery. And I picked up the Musician straight bourbon, which I think is going to be excellent. And I also picked up a bottle of Ironroot Assemblage. One of the things that I will tell you for me and bourbon and pipe smoking, when the proof gets up over 95 or 100, it definitely affects the way I taste tobacco and the way I do. So I like to look for that 90, 95 proof. Anywhere from 80 to 95 proof is in my wheelhouse. Those of you that have watched some of the videos know that I can put away Irish Redbreast with the best of them, and that will be coming up. I did find a couple of really interesting blends. The former distiller from Redbreast and Green Spot left Ireland, moved to Minneapolis, and he's now putting out a couple of blends of one. Their Keeper's Heart is the name of the product, and they have one Irish whiskey and an American whiskey, and then the second one is Irish whiskey and bourbon. And I have both of those, and those will come up in reviews in a little bit. But today, for the pairing, we're going to talk about Four Roses. Now, before anybody jumps on me and says, well, Jim, that's a sealed bottle. Yeah, I have a decanter of it too. I always have Four Roses. It's one of my favorite bourbons, period. Right now on Total Wine, just as of about 10 minutes ago, it's $36.99 a bottle. I know you can find it cheaper. I think Costco has it for $32.99. It's absolutely a fantastic bourbon. It has, so I've got tasting notes. So I've got a little book that I write everything in, and here are my notes on it. What I taste is apple, cinnamon, vanilla. It has what's kind of long finish. The flavor lingers in your mouth. So when I was thinking about pairing it with tobaccos, I was thinking about, okay, what's going to pair well with it? It's a 45% proof, so it's 45% alcohol, so it's a 90 proof. It's a perfect proof for me. Absolutely love it. It doesn't overwhelm my palate. And let's talk about what I paired it with. So the first one that came to mind when I have Four Roses is Meridian from GLP's. It is just one of the more stately, elegant English blends that's out on the market. I absolutely love it. It's one of the first blends I ever bought from the GLP's line. I picked up Meridian. It's just a rich, elegant smoke, and it pairs for me wonderfully with Four Roses. The second blend that I picked, and I'm going to try to include, as I travel around, some of you that know me a little bit, I travel across the South and now the Central for the company that I work for, so I will be in the South and the Midwest. And I get to go to Jackson, Mississippi periodically, and I've stopped by the fine folks at Country Squire a couple of times now. I actually got to talk to Quinn twice before he left the company, and I have not had the pleasure of talking with the owner whose name eludes me at this moment. Don't let the gray beard fool you, folks. My memory's not very long, so I have to write stuff down. But the second blend that I really liked to pair with Four Roses is Baker Street from Country Squire. Again, a wonderful, wonderful, rich. It is not an overpowering Latakia in it. It is just an elegant smoke. And when you pair it with that apple, cinnamon, vanilla flavor that you get from Four Roses, it's just kind of magical. It's another fantastic pairing. And then the last one that I have, it's one that not a lot of people, I think, have tried, although it's been out for a while, but it is also just an elegant Burley Virginia mix, is Jupiter from Savinelli. And the reason why I absolutely love Jupiter from Savinelli, it's white and dark Burley with some Virginias in it, and it's topped with a rum, and the flavor profile of it is again just another perfect pairing with the Four Roses bourbon. I think I'm enamored of all three of these. You can't go wrong with any of them, and I really like, again, how the Jupiter. It's all of these are easy to smoke. They have wonderful, just wonderful flavors to them, and I absolutely love them. And those are the three tobaccos that I picked. I will tell you, so that you know, as we go along with this, I will not be picking discontinued things or some of the unobtainium blends. Those blends that are extremely difficult or extremely rare. I just don't think there's a lot of fun in that for the average pipe smoker. Do I like esoterica products? Absolutely. Are they impossible to get where I live? Absolutely. I have traveled around. The only place I have ever found an esoterica in stock was in Little Rock, Arkansas, when I was there back in the fall, and picked up a couple of tins, and I absolutely love it. But they're hard to come by. So anything that's really hard to come by, anything that's discontinued, is not going to get a pairing video. Also, anything that I blend, not going to be part of the process, because I want everybody to have the opportunity to try these two together. If you want to try Four Roses small batch, these are the three blends that I recommend, and they're readily available from about every place that sells tobacco. So again, my three pairings with Four Roses small batch: Meridian from GLP's, Baker Street from Country Squire, and Savinelli's Jupiter. Those are the three that I picked. And I look forward to hearing what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. Hit like and subscribe even, maybe. Next week, for the video, it will be Longbranch. I will show off pipes in that video that I used with it too. I want to keep all these videos under 15 minutes so they just don't drag on. It's not a podcast. Nobody's wants to listen to me prattle on for 45 minutes about pipe tobacco. Unless y'all put in the comments, please prattle on, Jim. Then I will. But those are the three choices that I made with this particular bourbon. Next week, it will be Longbranch, which is a bourbon from Wild Turkey. It was a partnership that Matthew McConaughey started. Apparently, he has divested himself of that particular product, but that doesn't mean that he didn't participate in making a fantastic, fantastic bourbon. So Longbranch from Wild Turkey will be up next. Thank y'all. Appreciate you joining me.